Hello class. For week report number 6, you are going to complete the following tasks. Continue working on your discussion boards. After you have worked on your discussion boards, you shouldn't spend more than 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes on that. Please complete notes number 6. For notes number 6, you're going to document the following commands. Make directory, touch, remove, cp, and mv. Remember that mv can be used for for moving and for renaming. So please include examples on both of them. You're going to format these notes the same way that you formatted notes number 5. So please make sure that you format this correctly because I will be taking points off for improper formatting. Refer to notes number 5 for an example of how I expect the formatting to be. When you finish with notes number 5, please make sure to convert to PDF, upload to GitHub, blah, 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 the usual just as always. And then in Blackboard, you're going to give me the URL to the Markdown file and the PDF file. Like always, my GitHub repository also contains an example of how the formatting should look like. So let me open VS Code real quick. Here's notes number 6, and let's do a preview. And this is the type of formatting that I'm expecting for notes number 6. Let's minimize this. When you finish with notes number 6, please go ahead and complete lab number 6. So let's go and take a look at lab number 6 real quick. So for labs number 6, zoom in a little more. Okay, the presentation link is right here, the video link is right here, and there are some extra resources in case you need them when you are working on your challenge question. There is a playlist where I go over the commands from last week, and there is a playlist where I go over the commands of the previous lecture and the commands of this lecture too, right here. So if you click on it, it should take you to this playlist over here. Yep, and you can use this. The videos are a bit old, but they go and show more example of each and every one of the commands. So again, it starts with the basics of the file system and it ends in the remove command. Okay, so there is also extra credit. So if you want, you can do the extra credit for a couple of more points because the extra credit contains other examples as well of the commands. What are the learning outcomes of this lab? Learn how to manage files and directories on the command line, creating, deleting, moving, and copying files and directories. Here is a quick reference for the commands so that you don't have to navigate away if you need to remember what each and every one of the commands mean very quickly. So for question number 1, you're going to finish practice 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to take a screenshot. It should look like this. Gonna go to lab number 6, mark down, and it should look like this. So question 1, practice number 1, a screenshot. Practice number 2, screenshot. Practice number 3, screenshot, right? So for practice number 3, make sure that you include the screenshot of the terminal and a screenshot of the website as well. Okay, moving along. So this lab contains 2 challenge questions because it's only 3 questions. So for challenge question 1, you are going to organize a directory. So the example here says, Ruby needs your help organizing his project directory. You will clone the repository and use the commands you learned in the lecture to organize the repository. When you're done with this challenge, your folder Lab 6 Challenge 1 should look exactly like mine. It should match 1 to 1. All of the commands that you practice during this lab are going to be used in this challenge question. So how do you get the folder? You need to clone the repository. Here is the URL of the repository, and here is an example command that you can use. Obviously, you know what it says repository URL, you're gonna place this URL. You're gonna clone this repository in your home directory. Again, you're gonna clone this repository in your home directory. So let me go and let me make sure that, okay, I have some garbage here, so I'm gonna clean this up a little bit first. Okay, let's see, much better. Let me also get rid of this. Remove lab 5. Want to get rid of that too. Okay, lab 6 challenge. Also as well, this is a repo, so I'm gonna use sudo here to get rid of that. Good. What else do I have? Okay, good. I'm clean. Clean. Now, in your home directory, right? Make sure that you are home. You're gonna clone this repository. So I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna do git clone and paste the URL. And now you're gonna notice that you have a lab 6 challenge 1 directory there. And this directory is a mess. Your goal is to organize it in such a way that the files or the tree command is gonna output the same as you see over here. And when you're done, make sure that you take a screenshot of the terminal showing all the commands that you use to organize the repository. I recommend that you split your terminal in two, right? And then you do a tree of the challenge question directory. And then you use this to guide yourself into how to organize the repository. Now, look at the tips that I put over here for you. You're gonna need sudo to get rid of this folder. And you're gonna use all of the commands that I taught in this particular lecture. Work with multiple terminals so that you can have a visual guide of what you are working with. Finally, let's talk about challenge question number 2. So for challenge question number 2, you're gonna clone this repository, right? And you're gonna download 3 images from pexel.com. You're gonna rename those images and move them at the same time to the lab 6 challenge question 2 directory. And then you are gonna open the index.html file that is gonna have all of these files. Now, this is a very sample HTML document that simply shows a slideshow of the 3 images that you downloaded. When you're done with the challenge, you're gonna take a screenshot of the commands that you use to answer the question. You're gonna take either 3 screenshots of Firefox showing each and every one of the images in the slideshow, or you are going to do a screen recording using the slideshow. I'm gonna show you an example of what I mean right now. So this is my lab number 6. So I'm gonna scroll down to challenge question number 2. And this is a screenshot of one of the images. And here is just a GIF of me using the slideshow. Clicking next and clicking preview. To record the GIF, you can use this application here called GIFCap. When you're done, convert your file to PDF and do the usual. Push it to GitHub, give me the URLs and the lab 5, that PDF file. How am I going to grade this lab? 50 points for question 1, 25 points for the other 2 questions. The usual special notes. Please keep in mind that you're gonna get at least one question similar to the questions that you have over here in these challenge questions. So I'm gonna close this one over here and let's go back to the week report. When you finish with your lab number 6, you are going to then do your week report 6. And all I want for the week report is the links to notes and your lab 6. So if I go again to my submission here, as you can see, that's all it has. The 2 links, that's it. Should take a second. And then the last thing that you're going to do for this week is work on your final project. Dedicate at least 20 minutes to working on your deliverables. By this point, you should be either finished with deliverable 1 or you should be very close to finishing deliverable 1. Okay, with that said, I'm just going to close this. If you have any questions, let me know. This is a very quick week. Next week is going to be easily quick as well.